So anyways, I get to this sale, there's no sign of video games anywhere. And, I asked the mother if she's selling any games, and then the daughter, who's like, yeah, she starts saying that she had some N64 stuff, and her brother had some like Super Nintendo stuff, and that they weren't sure whether or not the brother wanted to sell it. He wasn't there, and I think they might have been in college or something like that. But I think the Super Nintendo stuff was also the girl stuff too. But they said that she still didn't really want to get rid of everything. And I said, no, I have the system. That's a good thing too. So sometimes people will think that you're going to take their system away from them when you say you want these games. You want an N64. You could say, oh no, I already found the system. I have some games or whatever. You were just interested in finding more. So sometimes people are a little hesitant because they think that you're going to take everything. And when they show you your games, then you can take everything. But you just want them to get the games to you. So she comes out with a bin, and they're probably around, I don't know, 12, 15 games maybe. I think she might have picked out a couple, like Super Smash Brothers, I think she mentioned, but I didn't see it there. So she mentioned that she wanted to hold on to stuff that she wanted to play. So I left some good stuff there. Paper Mario, which, I never played this game, but might as well. I got so frustrated with the Mario RPG series after playing a couple on like the handhelds that I just felt they were most Mario games are pretty much the same thing over and over again. Mario Party 3 and Banjo-Kazooie. The games that I was going to take but left there were like Mario 64, Rayman 2, which had like one of those cool plastic cases, and had the mail in there. It had Castlevania 64, Donkey Kong 64, Mario Tennis, Hercules, all in really nice condition. As I'm flipping through this, I say to her, oh, so you had some like Super Nintendo games too? And could you bring those out too? And she's like, well, I'm not sure which. I said, well, maybe I could look at them and you could decide when we're flipping through them. She's like, okay. Well, she brings out this bin. I think there were probably around 20, 30 games in there, maybe more. And I actually left some good titles there too, still. Well, actually not really. I think Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, I took all pretty much the good ones. And this one I'm really happy to find. Battletoads Double Dragon. Now I have this on the Sega Genesis, and I'm really curious to see what the heck the difference is other than the music, but maybe I can do another one of those pick up and play compares, between. This is a good lot, guys. Turtles in Time. It's a double for me, but this one I've been looking for. X-Men Mutant Apocalypse. Now, there's no Nightcrawler in there, unfortunately. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. This is just so that I can maybe put it with a system that I have, or maybe some games I don't want anymore, or have doubles of. Yoshi's Island, All-Stars, Kirby Superstar. This game, I like it, but I have the Superstar Ultra. I bought it when it came out on the DS, and it's just, I don't know why I really would want to keep this game when I have it on the DS. So, Maximum Carnage, in the red cart, Mega Man X. Now, I wish it was Mega Man X2. And I'd have the full SNES set. They said that they had all the boxes and manuals for these N64 games and Super Nintendo games, and they were all in really nice condition, but they didn't know where they were. So they were like, would I be interested in it? I was like, yeah. So they took down my number and everything, and as I'm giving this number to them, I'm kind of feeling like, I don't know if I really want to give them my number, because kind of coerce them into selling stuff that they weren't sure they could even sell, and I just wanted to get the heck out of there. So, but I left them my number, and of course I'd want to have boxes for this stuff. Of course I want to have manuals for this stuff. So that was, I think, 12 games. And I'm thinking in my mind, okay, I want to pay $20. I want to pay $20, right? So you always go low, because then they're going to counter high. That's how you should work as a buyer, okay? If you want to pay $20, you want to say something like 10 or 15, and you want to go maybe something that seems logical, like they'll maybe go up by $5 or $10. I gave them an offer of 15. They said 20 as a tip. So then I'm heading back to that one sale that I mentioned earlier. I stopped by really early on in the morning. They said they had a Game Boy and a DS. I come back, found the Game Boy. It was a clear one. It works and everything. Has Scooby-Doo. Sweet. Pokemon Red. And they had a DS. What is this, Crimson Black or something like that? I think they wanted like $20 for this at first, and I think they wanted $5 or $10 for these. That's $25, right? I think it might have been $10. I did not want to pay $30. Like I said, I really only want to pay $5 for DSs. I really only want to pay $5 for Game Boys. So that's way too much. That's $20 over. They accepted my counter offer of $20, but I'm walking away. You know, I don't need a Game Boy. I'm only going to get probably around $20, $25 for the Game Boy. So really, I just was like, can I just maybe buy the DS? You know, maybe for like 10 or... Basically, they said, well, we're basically just giving you the Game Boy for free. So I was like, okay, whatever. Alright, I did head to one other sale in town, and this was now around 10, I think. A kid selling a PS2, probably, I don't know, actually, he probably was in his 20s, but he was selling a PS2 and some games. PS2 was $50, and I did not want to approach that price at all. And I said, you know, do you have any of these games? And he said he had like some Super Nintendo stuff. So he told me that I should come back on Sunday, which is actually the day I'm filming this, and we'll continue that later. But I go down to the thrift stores next. I did find, for everything in the store was discounted, on an NES Max, which is pretty good considering I don't have any controllers for this Nintendo. Found some headphones with a volume jack, this stuff you don't care about. Some little phono adapters, 50 cents. And this, which is not game related, but it just, I don't understand people that they can't take the time out of their day to, I mean, are they so rich that they don't care? This watch is $5 marked here. Half off is $2.50. $2.50, right? $150 to $200 watch. Used. What the heck? You know? I'm not gonna leave it there. It's a very nice sports watch, but it's just like, seriously, who are these people that just toss these things to Goodwill without the slightest care? I went out on Sunday specifically to go back to that one sale with the kid who said he had the Super Nintendo stuff. I show up, he is not there, but his other family members are there. They actually got a hold of him. They didn't have the stuff, whatever. So, I mean, I was out, and I did see signs for some yard sales, and I stopped by. And some Wii and GameCube games there. They were 3 for $10 or 1 for $5 or something like that. So then I was going through the stack. They actually only had one GameCube game, and that's Smash Brothers Melee. It's complete. But I said, so you're selling the Wii games for 3 for $10, 3, right? It's like, yeah. And I said, could I have this GameCube game for 2 then? And it's older. Okay, this next sale was very, very strange. I go to this one sale. There's a lady outside with all these bags and boxes, nothing unpacked, and she goes inside, and I think maybe she's just getting a glass of water, or she's going to the bathroom, or whatever. She's not coming out for like 10 minutes. I ring the doorbell, and she's like, you can just, you know, take whatever you want. So I did find some stuff. Found a DS charger. I also found a PS3 Move shotgun thingy. I was really thinking about getting it, but I don't have any PS3 games. I have a Move controller, but not the nav controller, but the Move one. Regular AV cables. And I found these Turtle Beach PX21. There's a little tape on the wire here. I haven't tested them out. Maybe they still work.